Hi, welcome to our early bird MLK Day special for Black Women of History, where I talk about a different Black woman every day for February and March. Today we're going to be talking about Coretta Scott King and Alberta Williams King and how both of them were instrumental in securing the legacy of Martin Luther King. In this video, we are talking about Coretta Scott King, who was instrumental in cementing Martin Luther King Day as a federal holiday and helped establish the Martin Luther King Center for Nonviolent Social Change in Atlanta. She was born April 27th, 1927 in Heiberger, Alabama. During the Great Depression, she helped pick cotton for the farm that her family had owned since the Civil War. Coretta Scott King was determined to get a higher education, so after graduating at the top of her class in high school, she enrolled in Antioch College, where she majored in education and music. At the end of her first degree, she was caught in a type of catch-22 where she needed student teaching to graduate, but she wasn't allowed to teach at any of the all-white institutions that were approved for student teaching at Antioch College. So Coretta left Antioch College and enrolled at the New England Conservatory of Music, where she majored in vocal music and violin. While at school in Boston, Coretta met Martin, and after their courtship, they got married on June 18th, 1953, and they moved to Alabama. Coretta Scott King joined the Women's Strike for Peace and became a vocal advocate against nuclear testing. After MLK's assassination, Coretta's dignity and poise during the funeral service calmed the racial tensions of the nation, and 4 days after his death, Coretta led a march of 50,000 people through Memphis. Coretta Scott King committed the rest of her life to securing and cementing the life and legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. In 1969, Coretta Scott King announced the establishment of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change, which is now the official memorial for the legacy and ideas of Martin Luther King. She then went on to lead a 17-year-long national campaign to establish Martin Luther King Day as a national holiday, which she succeeded in 1986. She was also involved in the South African anti-apartheid campaign and later becoming an advocate against HIV and AIDS and for the LGBTQ community. After suffering from a heart attack and stroke, Coretta Scott King passed away January 20th, 2006, while recovering in Mexico.